So for what it's worth, Chaos, there's two things.
What?
First thing is we might actually be able to get to the new content tonight
Okay.
because
What's the second thing?
I keep doing a mental thought process of all the stuff that we still have not done story-wise so far.
All right.
And in complete honesty, there's only like 2 to 3 more ending options left.
Huh.
The other part is I forget what fully it was, but I was making a jab at Firewatch because, as mentioned, I forget what the whole thing was about, but the developer said or did something really stupid. And everyone on the line was pretty much, well, fuck you then. So I gotta use the bathroom real quick. If you want to, you could try looking it up and just seeing what it was because I forget what it was. And in this case, if it's even worth it.
Yeah, at this point, I honestly don't care either way.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Soon, new content.
When
Soon.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
There we go.
Oh. Oh, but no! Don't shoot the panda! Don't shoot the poor panda!
Business strategy.
Strategy.
Up or down?
Up.
I don't know, what do you think? Do you think we should check to see if it's working? If we made it to where we need to go?
Yeah, sure, why not? And we got... Same floor?
Yep.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad
Is that the bite of
behind
87?
the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible
4-1
secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Yes, I did.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Smooth jazz?
Exotic butters. Casual bongos.
Oh my motherfucking smooth jazz.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I want smooth jazz.
Do the roar.
God damn it, Endo. What the fuck have you got me?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit
Where's the baby?
peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest,
was
as
COVID.
though he felt more free to think for
Yeah.
himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
So this entire time we've been going the main way, but there's still a way this way we
Stanley
haven't
walked
gone
straight
yet.
ahead through the large door that
Oh, yeah,
read
the escape
Mind
route.
Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Ooh, I don't like that. We better go back.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
That's an
It's a
odd
pipe.
pole. I like poles.
I like the
At
others.
this point, Stanley was making a conscious,
I love
concerted effort
refrigerators.
to walk forward
I love
and willingly
refrigerators.
confront his
I bet
death.
that man was not expecting to become an internet meme whatsoever.
Nope. Ooh, red. I like red.
Uh-oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, it reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind
Oh,
eye.
hey, platform.
And so he resigned and willingly accepted
Oh, hey,
this
there's
violent
Nemo.
end to his brief and
Look, I
shallow
found
life.
Nemo.
Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, narrator.
Bye. Uh-oh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
But we're not Stanley, are we?
No, we are. Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just
The
a few
claw.
minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Office layout. The blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path that from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains the most identical to the first iteration. Corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered. Fuck!
Well,
I swear my mind gets so bored it starts thinking of different scenarios
we're
that
waiting.
are This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. For two doors. The set of the two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game was immersed in an extension of it, an exploration of contradiction this room posed. Filing cabinets.
Office computers. Garbage day.
Garbage day.
The office.
I like that show. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Model design. Original music. Credits. Additional development. Based on the work of
Ishizu?
Boss's Office. Scenes from the development of the Boss's Office.
Office? Office clock.
Off-
Textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitive.
The lounge.
Underground. An early version of the underground portion of the game.
I'm trying to solve it in the story. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you. Finally, he pushed the
Narration outtakes. Kevin Brighting, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the final
He
game.
traveled upward to the power source at the top of the facility to end this injustice forever.
Freedom Ending. This was the very first incarnation of the Freedom Ending in the game's alpha. Bright light. Zending model. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the 4th version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before launch. Escape menu. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized that this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Kitty.
What?
My cat, he's yelling at me again.
Oh.
Zending. This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Zending levers. These levers were originally a part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color they had pulled.
I can't pull the levers.
Do it. Can't pull the lever, Kronk. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one, released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator, informing viewers that he is repairing a new version of the Stanley Parable.
I can hear the cat.
Yeah, I know you can. What's the Wi-Fi password? Alright, let's get a move on.
Oh, fire.
I like fire.
But I like the cookie.
I like the cookie. The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. The cargo lift. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we also want the option for the player falling to their death. The cargo lift. The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where the cargo was actually stored.
The office.
Narrator emails. After the second trailer, we sent out and asked people to email the narrator for questions. While he had initially planned to use these further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a section of those emails.
Okay, moving on.
The lounge, an early version of the lounge. Enrage, don't forget the rage. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up in a battle fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention.
Yeah, sure.
Fun. Ultra Deluxe announcement. In December 2018, we announced the Ultra Deluxe version of the Stanley Parable at the Game Awards. These are screenshots of the videos we made for announcements and the game's delay. Money. The copy.
The office.
Maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room.
Meeting room.
Maintenance layout. The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right, since players will replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately, it was the simplest version that won out. I swear to God, if you put an Among Us sound right when you were looking at the fourth one.
Well, no, I was just trying to figure out which one was considered the most recent. We're already here. That's new.
Never went there. Oh, the exit's there too. Countdown room. An early version of the countdown room.
Oh god, there's still more. Oh, wait, we saw that. But did we see... We did see that. It's the offices.
Countdown desk. One of the desks from an early version of the countdown ending. Freedom ending. This is the freedom ending in the existed in beta. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the two different endings together instead. Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November 2011, the second in March 2012, and the third in February 2013. Did you have to interrupt me like that?
Content.
Game design mockup. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition, please. What did I just fucking say right there, please?
Yes, you said please.
Strength of this level got William hired to design the full game, though much of the environment has changed. The basic layout from this mockup is still in the game.
A round of applause, everybody, for ChaosKnight201. I'm pretty sure he's gone through everything.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I thought you were going to press it right away. We'll go in too long, didn't read.
How much they need one another. No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
You fucking idiot.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Almost.
Close enough.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Hank Hill, motherfucker.
Kill motherfucker.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5
Do you have any
years
guess
ago.
what the last ending is that we need to go through?
You mean other than jumping off right here, right now?
I mean, we did that before already.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
No, I got no
realize
clue. Like I said, I don't
investing
remember
your trust in
anything
someone
much about
else
this
can be
game.
Difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Marsh?
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for... This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Unplug the phone. Oh, you're letting the timer go off?
I'll see if it is an option, because I never did actually try that before.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
That's not how it
Music
works.
comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner?
What?
You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you've made any more wrong choices,
I
you
think
might have
technically this
negated
should be
it
considered the
entirely.
final
It's as though
ending
you
because of the fact
completely
that
ignored even the
notion.
most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Ready, Chaos?
Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Okay.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a
Chaos.
regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical
Yeah, the
professionals
opportunity to
recommend
say
making at
back,
least
sack, and
8
crack, but
choices per
no.
day. Do you make more than 8?
Hey, I
Yes.
chose not to.
And finally, if
I
you
made a
begin to
choice.
wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and
You
whether you'll
chose
ever
wrong.
make a significant contribution to the
You
world,
chose
just remember
unwisely.
that in the
Also, I'm
vast
pretty sure this is the
infiniteness
same
of
voice as the
space,
narrator's
your
voice.
thoughts and problems are materially
I mean, it sounds like him.
insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay, he said please.
But yeah, I actually do think this is supposed to be the canonical final ending of the main game.
Okay.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying.
Because plot-wise is
Imagine
like,
the main
that's why you've been
character
running
dying
rampant,
senselessly halfway through
doing
the
all
story.
the,
That story
running
would
rampant in
make
the
no
office
sense
doing
at
all these things.
We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Seems to be handling itself good so far.
It didn't into that room. That room was all sorts of messed up. Also, the lounge wasn't attached to that room.
Almost there.
Wait, it was.
You'll take the
Maintenance.
door on the left.
Never mind.
Back to the correct ending. The story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Alrighty. I'm ready to make the choice.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite
Okay.
sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
Sure.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Which door do we pick?
We don't. We quit the game.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Hey, at least we're not totally inept. What the fuck?
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that?
Like this. You
I
just go
can't
back to
erase
like
that
this.
knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut
the fuck?
game down entirely? To willingly destroy all
Oh,
of my
hey,
work?
go up the stairs.
I don't know.
Oh.
What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do
My path is blocked.
No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
I don't like this. Oh, hey, we're back.
Are we in Portal 2?
Oh, I'm here. I'm still
Hello?
here in this pile of rubbish.
Is anyone there?
With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground.
What are you talking about?
did
You got your
think that would be
voice.
Funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley?
But we're not Stanley.
He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
If you're told
That
your
thought
friend, if
hadn't
your
even
friend jumped
occurred
off
to
the
you,
cliff,
had
would
it?
you jump off the
That
cliff
there's a
with him?
world outside of you. You're a child.
No, you're a child.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have
Spoiler!
and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
It's right. Yeah!
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
Oh.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, what? He's not going to say anything this time?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
Was that intentional or?
I don't think it was.
Choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
Trying to leave? No!
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, he's still broken.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as
God damn it!
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Open up! Open the fuck up!
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead.
Pretty sure
and
it's
you'll be
supposed
fine.
to.
All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
I don't know, the lights are starting to get a little bare here.
Left.
Is it?
Yeah.
Those you mean, or?
Let's keep doing this.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley
You saw the
would.
line, right?
That means choosing responsibly
Also, the
and
lights are
always
still the
putting
same.
the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Huh. Wait, that's not a bathroom. What the fuck?
That's different.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Uncle Panda!
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the
I'm the
answers
most
to his
expensive
questions.
boss.
And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Edna mode. And guessed.
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
This wall? Or this wall? This wall? This wall.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
But Stanley's a mute.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right.
No,
you
we
could have
couldn't
done
have.
whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
You!
When
Oh, what the
Stanley
fuck?
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You've made a comment during one of the previous sessions that foreshadowed this.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please.
I did?
Yeah.
I need you to make a choice.
What did I say?
I forget, but it should be in the editing. I'll pull it up.
How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here...
Can he not hear me?
elected to kill himself?
Hello?
How can I
Stanley?
get him to see what I see? Are you listening to me?
But see, that's why I was saying this is the canonical ending, because when this pops up, it shows the credits.
Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something.
Pretty please?
Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? You listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice.
Sorry, Leroy.
I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
So the credits are broken. Oh.